Hello, everyone. My name is Laura Rezac, and I'm the Associate Rector at St. Stephen's Episcopal Church in Charleston, South Carolina. And today I'd like to pray with you Psalm 97. So if you have a Bible or a Book of Common Prayer handy, it's not necessary, but if you have one, please turn to Psalm 97 and you can read along quietly while I give voice to the words. Psalm 97. The Lord is King. Let the earth rejoice. Let the multitude of the isles be glad. Clouds and darkness are round about him. Righteousness and justice are the foundations of his throne. A fire goes before him and burns up his enemies on every side. His lightnings light up the world. The earth sees it and is afraid. The mountains melt like wax at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the Lord of the whole earth. The heavens declare his righteousness, and all the peoples see his glory. Confounded be all who worship carved images and delight in false gods. Bow down before him, all you gods. Zion hears and is glad, and the cities of Judah rejoice because of your judgments, O Lord. For you are the Lord, most high over all the earth. You are exalted far above all gods. The Lord loves those who hate evil. He preserves the lives of his saints and delivers them from the hand of the wicked. Light has sprung up for the righteous, and joyful gladness for those who are true-hearted. Rejoice in the Lord, you righteous, and give thanks to his holy name. Psalm 97. Some of the imagery in this psalm reminds me of the theophany at Sinai. So what that means is the moment when the Israelites who were slaves in Egypt have escaped Egypt through plague, through these mighty demonstrations of God's power over nature. And then they've escaped through water, again, through a demonstration of power. They've escaped Pharaoh's armies. They've been protected by a pillar of fire and of smoke. They've been led by this wild power that they can't understand, but that they know is somehow for them. And then they are camped at the base of the Sinai mountain, and they see the top of the mountain wreathed in fire and smoke. I imagine what it must have been like to be one of those people. How terrifying that would be. Even if you understood that that power was there to save you, being a human, a mere human, in the face of such awesome might would be frightening. In the presence of one who could melt mountains like wax, who could light up the world with lightning. When we talk about fear of the Lord in the Christian tradition, that's kind of what we mean. Not that we're afraid that God will hurt us necessarily, right? And that's not, we know that God is love. We know that we are God's precious children. But fear and trembling is in some ways a very natural reaction to being in the presence of this raw power that we do not control. You know, I've heard it said that the book of Leviticus, which comes right after the book of Exodus, which is where we have that theophany, I've heard it said that by some people that Leviticus is a merciful book in some ways. Now, I know Leviticus has texts of terror that has been used wrongly to reject people from the church based on human sexuality. So I understand that. That's not my interpretation of Leviticus. What some people say is that for people in this position who've just been exposed to that wild power, that maybe having some rules gives them more of a sense of control. more of a sense of, if I live this way, if I follow this way, I'll be doing what that power wants. And the reality is that part of the spiritual journey is not just trying to follow the rules. It's how do we live in confidence and in trust in God, who does have such mighty power. How do we give up our control and submit to the wild, free, untamed, powerful, loving God who cherishes each of us as God's own? Be well, friends. Stay safe. Wear your mask. And I'll see you next time.